So what do mortgage rates and roller coasters have in common? Well, they're both terrifying at the top and thrilling at the bottom. If you want to know where they are today, stick around and find out next. Hey RT family, Ryan Reynolds here with Keller Williams Consultants Realty with your May 2024 real estate market update. So what's going on in the Greater Columbus real estate market here in May of 2024? Well, we're going to talk about the three things we normally talk about, which are inventory, interest rates, and appreciation rates, or how much is my house worth now compared to what it was worth last year. So we're going to jump into those three things starting right now. So let's go ahead and start with inventory. Now, inventory is a measure we use to see how many houses are on the market, and really it's only interesting when you compare it to what it has been. So right now we have 2,243 houses that are single-family homes on the multiple listing service actively for sale. Last year we had 1,743 at this time, and that represents a 28.7% increase, which feels like it would be a huge amount of houses, except it's still only about 400 more houses than it was last year. And some of these numbers might be skewed for a couple of different reasons. One of them might be that there's a lot of new construction homes that are out there that are actually not available to buy, but they're advertising them. I mean, they're available to buy, but they're just not ready to buy right now. So they tend to sit on the market longer and kind of skew our numbers a little bit. The other thing that could be happening there is that there are more houses for sale, but maybe they're not more of the houses you'd want to buy. So if we segment that down into different price ranges, there could be a lot more high-end houses, like over $600,000 or $700,000, that maybe people aren't buying as much as the ones that are between, let's say, $250,000 and $450,000. So anyway, it's interesting to see. We have more than last year. That's good. That's a good trend to be in. And if you're a buyer, that's a good thing for you. However, houses are still getting multiple offers, and so you're probably going to be competing, and there's not enough for everyone. So that's what's going on with inventory. The next thing we're going to talk about has been the most interesting thing here in the past few months, and that is interest rates. It has been a real roller coaster ride. For back in February, we were at like 6.75, 6.8. It went all the way up because the economic news in March came out, and it was actually good news, which was bad for the real estate market, and inflation was still higher than they thought it was going to be. So it went all the way up to like 7.51, 7.58, something like that. And then most recently, it stayed there actually for quite a bit of the month of March. And then most recently, it's come back down just in the last 4 or 5 days actually, to where we're seeing right about 7.15. So rates are still above 7. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. People started, I think, slowing down when rates were on the upswing. I expect people to start, or the traffic on homes to start picking up again now that the swing is down, and especially because it's timing up with the end of school. It'll be a really interesting May and June. My prediction is that we're going to have a lot of activity in the next 2 months. So hold your hats, and if you're in a roller coaster, buckle up, because that's kind of where we feel like we're at now. So that's interest rates. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is something that everyone wants to know about, is how much is my house worth now compared to what it was worth last year. And if you listen to the national media, they always are saying the sensational things. So you hear about Las Vegas, you'll hear about Los Angeles and different places, and they're actually bringing their prices down in some places. You'll see, hey, rents are coming down, and also home prices are coming down. In Greater Columbus, that is just not the case. In fact, the number is year over year, we're sitting at 5.2% higher than we were last year. Now, what's driving all of that? Well, we have a ton of development going on here with all the data centers they're building, with Intel project. We've got Honda doing expansion, and we've got just a lot of activity happening here in the Silicon breadbasket. I expect actually this to be kind of a trough. I think our interest or appreciation rates are going to go up higher. As soon as these interest rates come down, we're really going to see prices shoot up more. And last year, prices flattened out in the summertime, which they typically do seasonally or historically. But this year, with interest rates coming down, I kind of expect the prices to appreciate even more. So my prediction for the next really 5 to 10 years is that we're going to see a 5 to 7% appreciation rate. Could be more than that, could be a little bit less than that. The national average is normally 4%, so I think I'm predicting Greater Columbus to be above that. In fact, Barbara Corcoran, who is a national person, I think she was on the Shark Tank or something like that. But anyway, she's predicting Columbus, Ohio is one of her top 3 markets for appreciation in the coming years. So, well, that's all I have for you this month. If you have any questions about your specific situation, feel free to reach out. Happy to come out and do a specific analysis and help you to figure out what your real estate plan should be. As always, it's the Ryan Reynolds team. unlimited opportunities and exceptional experiences.